Hello wonderful people, my name is Chris and welcome to PS Gaming Forever. Today we are going to play some DLC on Rise of the Tomb Raider, and this particular DLC will be Croft Manor. This is all new to me, brand new story. So it looks like we have two options here, Blood Ties and New Expedition. We're going to go straight in with the new story. Looks like the weather conditions here around Croft Manor are similar to in the UK. Finally some rain after 6 weeks. And I hear there have been indeed some thunderstorms around the area too. Oh, you are currently broadcasting but have the broadcast interactions option disabled. Would you like to enable broadcast interactions to allow viewers to vote on cards that are applied to your game? Do I want to include this? I have no idea. To vote on cards that are applied to your game? I don't know. I'll say no.
Final notice to Lara Croft, current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Andreas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Dad's safe.
Wow, okay. So I wasn't really expecting that start. So it looks like Lara is going to lose Croft Manor unless she comes up with the evidence to suggest that it has been left in a will to Lara. And welcome Typical, and welcome Annie and Christian. How are you all today?
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Okay, so I guess we're going to do some searching around this room. Let's have a look at the safe. It's not going to be as easy as opening the safe, is it? Surely. No, I thought not.
Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library.
Okay, we need to look for a combination for the safe. That would just be too easy, wouldn't it? Just pulling the handle. And I'm on my way home to Norway from Denmark. Ah, so it's the end of your holiday, Annie. I hope you've had a really good time. And have a safe journey as well, back to Norway.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
Wow, so it looks like Lara Croft has fallen in love here. It sounds like love at first sight as he gazed upon Amelia sitting at the table in the library. There you are.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
Hey Ben, welcome. I'm doing good, thank you. How are you today?
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Just playing a bit of Tomb Raider DLC here.
A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the colour was nice.
Yeah, I think the colour quite suited her there. And that's very true indeed. How many times have we seen Lara in a dress? I think that's a rare occasion.
This is probably my grandfather Benjamin.
Wow, they have a statue of her grandfather. Interesting. A bust of her grandfather. What's in here?
One of Dad's Yoruba masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
Well, is this Croft Manor? I'm going to assume there's lots of things to find in here. Lots of artifacts.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
Hey, there's a note from Lara's mother.
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Ben, you've been throwing cornetos to people on Lex's channel. Wow.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
Yeah, I must admit I've been going a bit crazy on ice creams and ice lollies in all this heat we've had. I think I've gone years really without buying any or sort of really eating
to the
them.
Library.
Now I'm eating cornetos for breakfast.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Oh, okay. Was she made this during her childhood? Are we actually going to need to follow it? Maybe we are.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor. Locked.
Okay, so we need to get through the servants' corridor, it says.
Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Yep, this house is going to be full of artifacts. Nothing in here?
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
Oh, young Lara. Oh, she was asking her dad if her mum loved her. So I wonder when her mum actually died. Like, how old was Lara when that happened? But yeah, she wanted to know more about her, and I guess she's going to learn more about her now, picking up all these notes from her mother and father. Christian says this place looks like Wayne Manor. Yes, it does. Yeah, it has the same vibe and look about it. Basically, the manor of rich people. Although this one has quite a few more artifacts in it. So I think Wayne Manor has one up because they have the back cave. We'll see what equivalent Lara has in here.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
Yeah, I love how he says sincerely at the bottom of that letter. Yeah, right. And now Atlas is trying to take the manor away from Lara. Good old Uncle Atlas.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, you won't be boring your sword this time.
Ben says he finished his chopped chip tub earlier. What I'd like to know, Ben...
Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Did you scoop any of it into a bowl, or did you just stick the spoon straight into the tub and eat a lot?
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Okay, so at some point we will be making our way to the library. I think she said through the servant quarters. Hey Anime Gamer, welcome to the stream. The internet is quite jumpy where I am at the moment. My holiday has been great. Lots of adventures. That sounds really awesome, Annie. Well done. I'm glad you had an awesome holiday. You'll have to tell us all about your adventures on your next stream. Ben went straight in with a spoon. It had chopped polka dots in it, so yum. That's the way to do it. Yeah, get the spoon straight in the tub.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here? Someone has a sense of humor.
Can't read what that says at the bottom. Oh, stop smoking. Fair enough. Although the stop smoking message was right on the back of the case there. So. What's in here? Okay, we need to find the master key.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Oh, okay. Well,
Was
Lord
room
Croft is
in
no
here?
longer here.
Just stay out of there, darling.
Oh, you still cannot
That
get in.
was always so protective
need the
of the
master
West
key.
Wing. Locked. Need a key to open this.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Wow. Half of these doors are locked. Somewhere is the master key.
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
That's pretty cool. It's not like a serpent, sort of snake eating each other by the looks of it. I think that looks pretty cool as a ring.
Looking at the compass, thinking.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
Oh, what a nasty uncle. There we are. His first attempt at trying to cut Lara off from the manor. What a terrible
about,
uncle.
if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Wow. How high the ceiling is here.
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and... oh, God! I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby. But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
Oh, there we are. So we're learning more about Lara's mother here. Just sounded like she was an artist. Christian says, have you seen the new Walking Dead season 4 demo? Yeah, I saw it on, I think it was on Miss Trophy Hunter's channel. I think I watched 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, it was interesting. I think AJ was in the back of the car, like, you know, a bit more grown up. But I didn't really want to watch so much of it. You know, I didn't want to watch anything that might spoil anything. I know they wouldn't really do that in the demo, but yeah, looks interesting.
Hey Jonah, sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Outlast has tried to keep me out of here for so long I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for, I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Ah, there you are, message to good old Jonah there. He's followed us around on our many adventures. That would be good, Annie. Yeah, we will listen to, we'd like to hear about your adventures whilst you've been away. Specifically all the participation in the coffee shops that you've been into in Amsterdam. It will be interesting to hear about Denmark. I've never been actually to either of those places, so yeah, it will be cool.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
Oh, aha.
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Awesome, we have a flashlight. What's in here? I was expecting there to be some secret passage through here, through the fireplace. There usually is.
Not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
Oh, Christian, you think Lily might return as a villain? Yeah, it will be interesting to see which characters they actually bring back. Obviously, they can't bring back some of them because they are no longer with us, but can we go outside? Didn't check the front door. No. Okay, so we still need a master key. We have a flashlight, so we can go into dark places. Let's head back up. This is where we came from, isn't it? This room. Still need something to open up this crate here. Just looking out my door, I have a pigeon basically nearly coming inside my house. I've just opened the door, but I have a pigeon staring at me whilst I'm playing on this on this game. Must be a pretty tame pigeon. Okay. So what are we supposed to do here then? We still need to find the servant quarters. Wow. This place needs some renovation. So we need to find a way through the servant quarters. We need the code for this safe. Now, why is this blocked up? You'd have thought that maybe there's something through there. Aha. We have a secret passageway.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Okay, so so Amelia's having an affair with Lord Croft whilst being engaged to the Earl of Farrington. Well, we are learning more about the Croft family here. Hey, Weezeworld. Thank you very much, brother. How you doing, Weez? I liked your Wolverhampton Wanderers win the other day versus Newcastle.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
I think you said that kept you. I think you said you needed the win to avoid relegation in that one.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colours. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
Well, Lord Croft really sounds in love with Amelia, that's for sure. He cannot wait any longer, and he will ask for her hand.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Well, I hope with Wolverhampton Wanderers that they can avoid relegation in the Premier League next season. I wouldn't be surprised if they could get sort of mid-table ready. Okay, we need the master key. Yeah, what have you all been up to today? Well, lots of documentation here, that's for sure. Lots of things to find.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money. But I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
Wow, this guy is really, really against Lara Croft, isn't he? He's saying, if not for me, at least for Lara. So he's kind of suggesting a good thing to kind of protect Lara, but I don't really think he is.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
Wow, how many bottles of wine do they have down here? Think how much vintage wine they have here. It's worth a fortune. Just think how drunk we could get down here. Oh, okay, so we can move this. Let's have a quick look here. See where we actually need to move it to. Another document here to read.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
There we are. Our little angel has been into some mischief.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
Poor Winston being locked in the freezer. Right. Can we climb through here? Let's move this. Oh no, it's just a gap.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes Queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
There we are, Lara trying desperately hard to win. Ben says, haven't been doing much today, it's been raining most of the day. Yeah, it's kind of refreshing in a way, just to clear the air a bit. Christian wishes it was raining in his city too, in Poland. Yeah, hopefully you'll have some soon if you haven't already. I mean, we haven't really had rain here for 6 weeks or so. I think when we did have some rain, for like an afternoon, it didn't feel like it didn't freshen it up. So yeah, hopefully some rain will spread across Europe and cool things down a bit. Yeah, we would indeed. We'd have a great party in the wine cellar here.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
And he's buying a new phone tomorrow, so it's going to be a Sony or a Huawei. Go. Oh, crowbar. We need a crowbar. Another item missing. Oh, something missing here.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
Oh, it sounds like she was having doubts. But that's what life is about. Kind of give and take when you're in a relationship.
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the 2 of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Yeah, there's a Winston, the butler, I think they said. Okay, I think we've collected everything we can so far. What do we have here?
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favourite Bordeaux.
He loved a good bottle of wine. I think he did. We just walked through his his wine cellar there. Clearly, the man was a lover of wine. Lara sounds like me, obsessed with ancient Egypt. I think that's why you like some of the Assassin's Creed, Annie.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair!
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there! See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
Okay, so there's something to collect here. I'm not sure we can get in from that right-hand side. Is there something we've missed here? Maybe not. Maybe we can go in from the other side. Just... I mean, there is a wall there, so let's continue. The OCD within me, wanting to, as soon as I see something, I'm like, okay, I've got to get it. Can we go through the crack? No. We gotta use a...
Water damage from the main hall above.
Okay, so how do we get that collectible? Interesting.
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise.
Interesting presents Lara desired as a kid. She didn't want a PlayStation game. She wanted a trap. Okay, so I know there's another route back that way. Just gonna have a look around the corner here. Oh, okay, so she made like a little trap there, look. A bit like a mouse trap. Oh, do I need to go this way or should I go back the other way? Use the... Oh, okay, so this is to the library. Right, I'm just going to check back this way before I go to the library. I probably need to come back this way anyway, to be honest. Unless from the library I can unlock the door. But there is a different way, right down here. I just want to have a quick look, see what we have. Yep, so another collectible here.
My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
So she wrapped up her bear like a mummy. What I'd like to know is why is it all down here? Oh, okay, back here. I could have just gone straight there. Again, we're not going to be able to open this. Somewhere there is a crowbar. Oh, here we go. There we go, that's the one I wanted.
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
And there we are. So there we are. Ben's called it. Ben had this one correct. And Christian loves places like that too. Awesome. Okay, so we need to head towards the library.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Oh, I wonder if this is the combination. Well, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's just the fact that it's saying there's the second page is missing, I guess. It probably isn't the combo then, but 1 and 3 anyway, just in case.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
Oh, well there we are. He's putting love first over his work. Ben says the combo is 1, 2, 3. It probably is. Come on, Lara.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
Awesome. So we're finally in the library.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
Heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara. So I'm wondering if he's used the invisible ink on a piece of paper and written the combination down. I don't know. I'm purely guessing here. This is all new to me, but it is possible. Possible there's a little hint there.
Need something to light this.
Okay, well there you are. There's another hint there. We need a lighter for the fire, which would give us the heat.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Oh, would be fun if he's drawn some combination, some pictures somewhere to represent the numbers for a combination.
Now, let me see.
Oh,
These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times.
so maybe he has, because this is...
This was always one of my
Oh, this is
favorite
something
books in this
different.
library. I used to trace hieroglyphs.
Oh, but it's closed. Please don't tell me we were supposed to remember the pictures and numbers in there. Okay, hopefully not. Because I wouldn't remember anything on there. I was kind of thinking that was going to be a reference to come back to, but maybe not. Am I going to try Lara's Nightmare too? Yeah, yeah, why not? I kind of like try all of it really. I did play some earlier. I tried some, what's it called? Like the survival thing. I played that for a few hours and then wondered why some trophies weren't unlocking, and it was because you need to apply the challenge first before you play it, which I didn't realise. So even though I was doing everything that would have given me the trophy, I didn't have the relevant challenge assigned. So yeah, lesson learned.
One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find.
What does that say? Jaffa Cakes next to William Blake.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Oh, he wants Amelia by his side.
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life?
Yeah, Annie, so what does Lara's nightmare consist of? I know this is kind of like the second option under the Croft Manor thing, so but yeah, I will play it if it's, yeah, if you think it's worth streaming that one too.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite painting by Amelia, the day of our wedding anniversary.
Oh, okay, so we've got some clues here. So the day of the wedding anniversary, so I need to remember this. Day of wedding anniversary. Lara's expedition treasure. Why would that be a number? Expedition treasure. And then favourite painting by Amelia. Okie dokie.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe.
Oh,
There's
okay.
something else here.
It's not going to make us do too much work then. Hopefully we just need to find the objects.
Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it though. The Croft family crest and initials PC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather.
It's Lara's Mansion, the horror version. Wow.
Okay,
Press.
should be able to light the fireplace now.
Oh, cool.
This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers.
There we are. Miss Croft's
Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own
painting.
adventures.
drawing. Why does this this dinosaur thing keep appearing? I think I've seen that once or twice already in different rooms. Okay, so it looks like it's way at the top. We will go and light the fire.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful.
Oh, some headless
It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Oh, didn't I put it back properly?
The Rebel Lara.
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me. I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery. The symbol we deciphered in the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe that this will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I can't help but feel that a great secret awaits us there. My brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I am going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She'll be in good hands with Winston, and when we return, her parents might just be a bit more famous.
Bye, Christian. Thanks for popping by, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I hope you will get some rain too, to cool it down. So we'll send some over from the UK over to you. Yeah, have a good evening. Okay, so we need to light the fire. Alright, is there anything else I'm missing here? At least we know what we're looking for now in terms of being able to uncover the combination for the safe. Right, let's go up. Can we walk all the way around? It looks like we can walk all the way around. Oh, no, but it's worth coming up here.
This picture was taken in the library. (1820) additions to the main hall in progress.
Okay. Additions to the main hall. Okay, so what do they add to the main hall? Does that mean they added some like secret thing? Is there a way to jump? Wondering if we can. Wondering if there's anything at the top, whether we can jump across the curtain rails or something. I don't know. Ah, okay. We can't go up this way.
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time.
Okay, it's going to make us go back down. I see. Pretty sure Lara could kick those cardboard boxes out of the way, but...
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Okay, so this has got to be used on the fireplace, surely.
remember this map now. It leads to the master key. We made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire. I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
Okay. So, back down to the fireplace.
I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase.
Hidden under a trunk near the bookcase. Hang on a minute, so this is the... Hold on.
X marks the spot, as they say.
Is this actually this... Okay, it's actually this room, is it? Oh, I've lost the picture now. Come on, Lara.
The master key. This should get me into the West Wing.
Nice. We have the master key.
Alright. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the Forbidden West Wing.
So the trophy is just popped there, called Key to the Past. Awesome. Okay, so there's been a few doors we've not been able to unlock. So, I'm wondering which way we go. See, there's a chest at the top I'd like to go and open. Let's just try this door here.
I think there might be more clues to find in the library.
I'm assuming once we have the crowbar, maybe we can smash these open. So she thinks there's more. Okay, so we still have one more clue to find. Well, let's head back up. There's a chest up here. Which we can open, because we have the master key.
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8? I think this hieroglyph corresponds to a number, but which one?
Oh, it does. Okay. Search for the remaining combination relics in the... Does that say? Atelier and master bedroom. Hold on, let's have a look at this document. Clues. Oh, hang on. No, it's these, isn't it? Oh, Lara's expedition. Okay, so it's for. Oh, for her birthday. How old was I again? 6, 8. That doesn't really help us. Okay, well we've got the other ones to find yet.
Okay, Dad's clues mention Mum's paintings and their anniversary. Hopefully I can find some answers in the West Wing.
Oh, okay, so we gotta go into the West Wing. Let's see if we can open up some other things.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Okay, I think that's about it for now. This particular room. I have to get my bearings. Okay, so that's the way we went in. Anything else that required the key? So there's another chest around here. Oh, I think we needed the crowbar for that. I think that's the west wing where we need to go. Just double check here. Oh no, we can open it. Good.
The Croft family crest.
Just gonna have a quick look back down as well. I think there were some things that we couldn't open before I go to the west wing. Oh, and I kind of like this as well. Not sure what lighting the fires does here, but hey Wyatt, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just doing a bit of Croft Manor, which is the DLC to Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh, looks like I missed something here.
Mistress Lara, I took the liberty of preparing a tray, as dinner did not go according to plans. I've included, in addition to your meal, a few treats. I would appreciate it if you kept this between us, but I felt tonight called for something special. If you will forgive me the indulgence, your rapid exit from the dinner table had me concerned, and I wanted to impart something that I hope sets your mind at ease. I have known your father for quite some time. There is an intensity to his passion that can be frightening, but I recognize that same passion in you. You're more like him than you know. Never doubt that he loves you more than his research, more than his artifacts, more than anything in this world. Storms pass, and tomorrow will be clear and blue again. When you have finished, please leave the tray outside. Be well. Yours,
I like that from Winston. Oh. I like that from Winston. He gives her some words of wisdom and then switches back to his butler role and says, "Please leave your tray outside." And I will do the washing up for you. Okay, there's some more places, more doors we can open here. Ben says you might get a clue or treasure if you like them all. Never know. Hey Reaper, welcome to the stream. Oh, this is just... okay. Just getting my bearings here. This is where we squeeze through down into the basement, right? Okay, well, we couldn't get through this door before. Anything else? Anything else on this floor? back into the library. So I think it's just time to go to the West Wing. So a quick look around here, make sure I've not missed anything. Nope, doesn't look like it. So let's go to the West Wing. Oh dear.
Worse than I thought.
Wow. How long has Lara not been in this place for?
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her. I never quite realized how much grief can consume a man, but I am utterly consumed. I know I can't escape the pain, but I will try my damnedest to avoid it. I will seal the West Wing for as long as I live in this place. It will remain exactly as Amelia left it. Perhaps someday Lara can find her own answers there.
Hey, we're into the master bedroom. And luckily, this one looks like it's been preserved a bit better than the room down there, with a tree sticking through the window.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life every day. So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it. So we found a small chapel in Luxor that was just right. And with Roth and the others at our side, we married as the sun set over this remarkable land. Mother will never forgive me. Atlas will forever resent me. But I don't care anymore. I'm free of de Mornay obligations. Free to pursue my own passions and live my life surrounded by those who will encourage and challenge me. I'm excited for the future, whatever it may bring. Tomorrow, Richard and I return home to London as the Crofts, forging our path together.
Oh, it's like Romeo and Juliet. And sounds like she's, so she's going against the, was it the de Mornay obligations, like her own family. So, we have one more clue to find for that one.
I am bursting with pride. Amelia is with child. It is amazing how everything in life can change with such a simple event. Obviously, we don't know the gender, but already we've discussed possible names. Perhaps Benjamin, after my grandfather, or maybe Griffin. He was more infamous at Croft than even me. No, Amelia wouldn't have it. Besides, she's certain it's a girl. She favors a classic such as Scarlet or Kate, though I've made some headway with Lara. A subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived. I find myself thinking about this new life we've created, of how much she might be like us. For all my research into myths of immortality, I may have ignored the most obvious answer to the questions that plague me. We live on through our progeny, our genes, DNA, experiences passed through the generations. Perhaps this is the simple truth of eternal life, and I've just been too stubborn to accept it.
Oh wow, I'm glad that I'm kind of paying a bit more attention to these journals. So I'm actually learning more about Lara Croft and her origins by doing so, really. So yeah, I didn't realise that. So her name Lara, and her her father, what's she saying? Her mother was favouring Scarlet or Kate, but Lord Croft was thinking it was a subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived. There you go. So that's why she's called Lara.
Dad may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it.
What do we find on the bed?
Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it. The inscription is faded.
Oh, it seems a bit odd that the ring was just left on the bed there, but good that Lara's got her mother's ring back.
Amelia would not have approved. That alone should have been the end of it. But I am, as God made me, a stubborn fool. I locked all the West Wing's doors, and I shall not open them again until either my life or my obstinacy comes to an end. The night before, Roth told me I would someday change my mind. Like a broken arm cast in plaster, he said. The wound would heal, and we would someday shed the bandages to be whole again. The metaphor made me furious. The clumsy way he cast our loss off as nothing more than an inconvenience. There is wisdom in his rough words, but I've done what I must. Perhaps one day, Lara will throw back the doors to let the sun shine in again. Maybe she will find her own sense of peace in this place.
Indeed, Annie,
At least
yes.
that old thing still works.
Now we know where the Ra comes from. Yeah, I genuinely didn't know that before.
I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. October 13th, Mum's birthday.
I don't think that's going to be is it? The birthday? I didn't think the birthday was related to the code.
Pretty sure my parents were married in October. I think it was close to her birthday.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so it isn't her birthday, but it's the day of the wedding that's supposed to be close to October the 13th.
Mum, on her wedding day.
Oh, come on, we gotta have a
so
date
beautiful.
now. We gotta have a date here. Oh no.
There's a date. October something. Damn, the number is faded.
It's faded. To me, that looks like 21? No, I don't know. Oh no. 28? Oh, how unfair. Well, they said it was close. They said it was close to... The birthday was October the 13th. I don't know, to me that looks like 21. I'm going to remember 21. It could be wrong. It's just what it looks like to me. Like from this angle there, that looks like 21 to me. And they said it was close to the birthday, so that's only kind of like a week later. So
Their anniversary was in October. But which day? Oh, I can't believe I don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere.
Why does she want to know about the anniversary? Because it was...
My mother's perfume. The smell. So familiar. I can almost remember her. This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition, but I can't imagine having one of these made of me.
Yeah. Why have they all had busts created after them? But Lara has indeed had many of those created for her. In terms of
after everything
memorabilia.
Atlas has done, how could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
I don't trust him.
You don't have to, Richard, but please, trust me.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I know him. He'll take it to the papers. The investors will pull out.
Then go. Without me. Tonight. I will take care of Atlas. And then meet you in Tibet next week.
I was so young, but I still remember that terrible argument. It wasn't always an easy road for my parents.
Yes, you're learning as well then, Annie. Yeah, it's interesting to listen to these things and know more about the background of overall, really. The whole Croft family, her and her parents. And Ben thinks it's 21. It looked like 21, yeah, from a certain angle. So let's remember that. We'll remember 21.
I think this was Dad's pocket watch. Looks like it stopped precisely at midnight.
Okay. What's the consequence of it stopping at midnight? Nothing else? I don't think there's anything else. Search for the remaining combination. Okay, so we got. I think this is for the painting, isn't it? It's got to be down here. Do you know what? This scene here, or this bit here, this reminds me of like The Last of Us. Like walking through the buildings where you've got all this overgrown foliage, everything's gone, everything's been destroyed.
Okay, Laura, keep it together. You're starting to see things.
It is creepy, in a big manner, when you're in the dark.
Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. He probably couldn't bear the idea of removing any of her belongings.
What is she called it? Atelier.
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at the conference and look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I wanted to call your attention to an incident involving our little angel. It seems that Lara has been the subject of some ridicule amongst the other girls at school. From what I can gather, some of the other young ladies were teasing her for being too much of a tomboy. You know how Lara can get when pushed into a corner. Let's just say they won't be bothering her again. But I do think their words have had an effect. I believe Lara has been missing her mother lately. She's begun to worry that she isn't like the other girls. And having grown up with only a father, it shouldn't come as a surprise that she has trouble relating to them. I wonder if this new friend of yours, Anna, is it? Perhaps she might prove a welcome influence. It might be worth bringing her to the manor to meet Lara. In any case, I'll let you decide the proper time to do that. Please travel home safely. Yours, Winston.
So I wonder if this is going to say when her mother died or disappeared, because obviously they're saying that she's grown up only with her father. and she was having problems at school with the other girls bullying her, saying she looked like a tomboy. Well, I don't think she really looks like a tomboy. So into the Altier.
Untouched for years, exactly as you left it.
I stood up to my family's criticism, stood in defense of Richard and our love. But as my new life began in Croft Manor, doubt set in. How could love flourish in these cavernous halls and endless passageways? Had I made a terrible mistake? I have never been more delighted to be wrong. Richard welcomed me to the manor, my new home, with a game. It was a clue, written in jumbled words from 5 different languages, but it pointed the way forward. The next clue was a seemingly blank piece of parchment in the kitchen, where the heat of a candle revealed a message written in lemon juice. I followed each step, grinning like a child as I solved his riddles and chased the trail to its end. A white cloth stretched out on the lawn where a picnic was laid out. We laughed and ate, and my doubt vanished with the last of the morning mist. Love can and will endure.
Oh, how romantic. So he left clues for her around the house until she made her way out there to have a nice romantic picnic with him. Let's have a look at her art.
I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember doing this. Mum died too young.
Oh, there's a young Lara with her mother.
Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was ever that small.
Yep, hard to believe what Lara would be facing many years ahead.
Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favourite?
Which one was Dad's favourite? Was it the portrait of himself?
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods, and even as he dripped venom for Richard with his cruel barbs, I could only laugh. To think that I once listened to my bitter brother in matters of my own happiness. My dismissal only served to infuriate him more. I left him there in Father's study, muttering to himself. On the drive back, as Winston took a longer route through the country, I looked through my paintings, Richard's favourite one among them, a simple abstract with blocks of red. I smiled, thinking about giving it to him. I was happy, and I was going home.
Okay, so we just learnt which painting was his favourite. Wasn't the one of him. A simple abstract with blocks of red.
Okay, back to the study to open that safe.
There we are, it's got to be this one then. Oh, I was expecting to kind of like look at... What's that got to do with the number, like the number of blocks on it? 4? Is it a 4 because of the blocks of red?
You've almost got it, darling. Here, let me show you. Like this, see? Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life would have been different had she lived.
Oh, doesn't look like we can light this fireplace. Yeah, Ben. Yeah, it says 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Oh, I was expecting her to be able to get on the piano. That's a shame. So, did I just miss a message? Did it say we have the combination? I just don't get how that painting is a number unless it's the number of blocks. Does anyone else know?
I'm glad I still have so much of Mum's work.
I don't know really what I was expecting from the painting, to be honest. I'll make a note of 4. So we think we have 21 and 4. Although we still haven't actually had a clue to actually confirm the date of the wedding. Kind of like we're guessing from what we could read through it. But did it say we had enough? Was that enough for us to go back? Guess it is. Guess we just head. Well, it's only over here, so let's just head to it. Let's see if we can punch in some numbers. We don't know.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you. There is something important in here. And it's for you, should you need it someday.
Well, let's hope you came through for me, Dad.
Nice, Annie's on a world tour here, or a European tour. So you've gone from what, Denmark, Sweden into Norway.
Okay, found all the clues. Let's see if I can figure this out.
So just, alright, 21, 4.
No, that's not it. No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues.
4, 21. Oh.
No, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues.
Hang on. Let's go to the... oh, okay, so we have...
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods. And even as he dripped venom for Richard with his cruel barbs, I could only laugh. To think that I once listened to my bitter brother in matters of my own happiness. My dismissal only served to infuriate him more. I left him there in Father's study, muttering to himself.
Right, this says
On
a
the drive
simple
back,
abstract
as
with
Winston
blocks
took a
of
longer
red,
route through the
which
country,
are in capital
I looked
letters.
through my paintings.
So I think that is 4. It's the only thing I can think of for that one.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure. My favorite painting by Amelia. The day of our wedding anniversary.
Okay, so that looks like that's... Lara's exposition treasure, which was... Oh, hang on, didn't she say she was 6 or 8? She said she was 6 or 8 in her birthday. Okay, so 6 or 8, and then the day of our wedding anniversary. Sorry. Okay, so if it was the 21st, it would be the 22nd. Would be the anniversary. But we can only put in 3.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life every day. So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it. So we found a small chapel in Luxor that was just right. And with Roth and the others at our side, we married as the sun set over this remarkable land. Mother will never forgive me. Atlas will forever resent me. But I don't care anymore. I'm free of de Mornay obligations. Free to pursue my own passions and live my life surrounded by those who will encourage and challenge me. I'm excited for the future, whatever it may bring. Tomorrow, Richard and I return home to London as the Crofts, forging our path together.
Okay, so we've got to take this in. Oh, okay, look at the... Right, so look at the capital letters. There we are, so that's the clue in the text. So the other one, the painting said the blocks are red, and that was in uppercase, so that's 4. It has to be. So this one says, Richard wanted to wait another 4 days till my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. I prefer to get on with it. So, what was the date of her birthday? So they got married 4 days before her birthday. Here we go. Dad gave this to Mum on her birthday.
I remember this. Dad gave
October
it to Mum on
13th.
her birthday.
So it was 4 days before. They got married 4 days before her birthday, which would be the 9th. So, okay, four blocks are red. They got married on the 9th, which clearly did not look like 21 on that picture, so I'm not sure what's going on here. But reading the text, so the paintings is 4. That one is about the marriage.
For God.
What's this one?
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should.
Yeah, we've done that one. Read those paintings. Which one was Dad's favourite? Yeah, we've seen that one.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been...
Yeah, we read that one. So the other one was to do with the Egyptian crown.
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8?
So is it 6 or 8? I think we're going to look that up to... Where's the... Which one was that document that... Oh, this one. Sorry, it's right... Excuse me. It's right below. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Had a symbol on them. I always prefer these symbols to the actual number. Okay. So which one is is on?
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8?
Okay. Okay, there we are. It says 2 birds. There's a picture of 2 birds. I was looking for like a serpent, because it looks like a snake, like a cobra. But it's the actual. See the red symbol? There's 2 birds.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
On the left-hand side column, and the second one from the bottom, there's 2 birds. So that's a 5. So we got a 4 blocks. We got they were married on the 9th, and we have the number 5 for the hieroglyphics here. Okay, so which order is it? In the order they're listed here. So that would be 5. No, that can't be. Which order are they in? It must have been hard. Okay, they're in one of those orders. We had 4 blocks. We had 5 for the 2 birds, and we have marrow on the 9th.
No, that's not it.
Okay,
no,
let's change
that
the order
didn't
then.
work. The answer has to be in the clues.
5, 4, 9.
That worked.
Hey! Aha! And a trophy called Master Detective. I'm not quite sure we were a master. I was a master detective there, but we got there in the end. Wow.
It makes me happy to know that Dad kept it safe.
Oh, he values this to put it in the safe. Clay imprint of Lara's hand. Doesn't say at what age, just during her childhood.
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
I am numb. It is taking all my willpower to hold back the overwhelming grief. Amelia's plane crashed in the mountains. She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to find her. Oh God, not her, not now. I cannot accept it. Life without her is too painful to imagine. I know what must be done, and I am resolved. I'm going to bring her back. Perhaps this is why I am here. Perhaps this is fate, a test of my faith in the truth I've sought for so long. Roth will fight me on this, but I can't face Lara. I can't look into her eyes unless I try. I must try to bring Amelia back. The monks are preparing the elixir now, and then we will see if all my years of hunting this truth was for naught.
Oh, so we hear this is where we learn the fate of Lara's mum, Amelia. This is Amelia's plane crashed in the mountains. She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to find her. Oh dear.
Dad, what did you do?
Oh, we get to find out more.
Dad's sequel to his first book on immortality. He never got a chance to publish it. Handwritten. This is the only copy. this isn't it either. I was certain there had to be a will in here. Wait, what's that?
It's on the bottom of the pile by the looks of it, the will. And he says, and that's why he's been hunting for what we found in the main game. Yeah, it makes sense about the immortality side of it.
A blank page.
A blank page that we could put in front of a fireplace. We must go and put this in front of the fire.
Dad must have left this for me. It has to be important.
Cool. Well, we got a trophy there for unlocking the safe. So that was good. Got there in the end with the code, but it's still puzzling me, that photograph we looked at. I was kind of like, had the one that looked like it had 21 written on it, but actually wasn't. The date they were married was the 9th, so it didn't look like a 9. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but... Okay, so we need a fireplace. Reaper says zombie mum.
A hidden message. What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue.
Oh, looks like a bird. Don't tell me more numbers. Is this going to be more numbers again? Because we know that there were a pair of birds, but I think from that document there was also a singular bird. I don't remember these other lines, but then again I wasn't really looking for them, so yeah, that explains why it's the paper's sort of crumpled there. Right, what room are we in here? Is this the wine cellar? This is the wine cellar. Oh, we've got to go back to the basement by the looks of it, and there's a hidden thing in the wine cellar. And I guess we need a code. I'm assuming this is the code here. Solve the mystery of a blank letter. Okay, I think we're gonna have to use that book again. Let's have a look. Nope, this one. Let's have a look at this one. It's the only one I know had the symbols.
Now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number.
Yeah, there we go.
I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
So I think the first symbol was a 1, if I remember rightly. The last one was a single bird, which looks like that's number 2. So I guess it's just the one that was in the middle, which I think was a 4. 142. I'm going to need to check. 142. Let's have a look at it again.
A hidden message.
Yeah, it's only 3, isn't it? I think that's... Yeah, I think that's 142.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient
Egypt. Yeah, let's try that. 142. So, we need to head down to the basement. I can remember how to get there. here. Is it through here? Yeah. So hopefully he's hopefully he's hidden a will. And it looked like it was marked over here. So I think it's 142. Cool. Well, luckily it's using the same thing that we had to use for the safe. But it's fairly straightforward.
Damn, locked in.
Locked in.
Did Dad build all of this just to keep his research safe?
The hidden truth. Search Lawcroft's secret vault for clues. Intriguing. There's another dinosaur. Look. Oh, different kind of dinosaur. This is a proper artifact.
This was part of a set of statues Dad found in China. He thought it was linked to the Temple of Xian. Perhaps I should look into it someday.
It's over. I have done all that I could, and my Amelia is still cold and dead. Roth first scowled at my designs. Then he pleaded with me not to go through with the ritual. Not because he feared it might work, but because he feared what I might do when it failed. And it has failed. There is no doubt in that. I prepared everything according to my research. When I dropped the stone into the elixir and held it to her lips, I thought for the barest moment that it had worked. The hour was midnight and my pocket watch stopped inexplicably. There was a charge in the air like the moment before a lightning strike. For a heartbeat, I imagined that my life was being drawn from me as one empties a glass in order to be poured back into Amelia. I would have welcomed death if the last thing I saw were her eyes, clear and alive again. But the moment passed. Amelia is still dead, and I was no Orpheus. We will return to the manor and lay her to rest. I owe her that much.
Oh, I feel so sad. Wow. Okay, so now we learnt why the pocket watch stopped at 12 o'clock. It was kind of dead on. I asked that question earlier in the stream when I came across it. Well, why did it stop? Why did Lara point out it was on 12 o'clock? And now we learn exactly why. The hour was midnight. When he was trying to bring her back to life, bring his wife back to life, Lara's mum.
You brought her home. She's here, somewhere.
Oh, we're going to get to find her grave. Oh, get all... Come on. There we go.
The renovations are proceeding in secret. The work crew Roth hired for the job have been paid handsomely to keep the details of the job out of the records, so I'm fairly confident no word will get out about what I'm doing. I've been careless with presenting my findings, attracting all the wrong sorts of attention. Roth thinks I'm being paranoid by building this secret vault, but I know I'm being watched. My work is too important, and potentially too dangerous. It can't fall into the wrong hands. I need a secure place to keep it all safe.
So that explains why he's built all of this, so he can hide it. What do we have here? Some blueprints.
Missing page from the renovation plans. They didn't want anyone outside the family knowing about this crypt.
Ah, this is page number 2. There we go.
Might be able to use this to access other parts of the manor.
Ah, I was just about to say we're missing a crowbar. It's the only thing that we need. I've just got to remember the places that we required a crowbar.
Dad's Tibetan scroll. I remember he used to pore over this late into the night.
Richard, I tried to see you in person last week, but your manservant hustled me away like some common tout peddling silverware. He told me you are heartbroken and you're not yet ready to see visitors. He told me you blame yourself for your loss. Well, to that, I say you had damn well better. I hope it hurts. I hope every moment of your life from this day forward is a ringing echo of loss. I hope you live just long enough to feel that pain grow when you hoped it would diminish, because you earned it. You stole Amelia from us. You ruined her reputation and poisoned her mind with a fantasy for children. In the end, you might as well have choked the life from her with your own hands. Do not contact me again, ever. But you must make arrangements for the future of your daughter. Have you considered perhaps it would be better if you followed Amelia sooner rather than later? As Lara's legal guardian, perhaps I could erase some of the damage you've already done to the poor girl. If not, I will do everything in my power to see to it that the Croft name is forgotten. Lara deserves better than you. So did Amelia. And so do we all. Atlas.
Wow, what a scathing attack from Atlas. Yeah. Again, he is saying Lara deserves better, but I don't like that when he's saying Lara deserves better than you. So did Amelia, so do we all. Very scathing attack there on Mr. Croft, but they did love each other. We've learnt that. They genuinely loved each other and they wanted to be together.
Dad's collected knowledge. There must be so many secrets hidden in here.
Okay, I think that's about it for the switch. Oh!
Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings.
Okay.
There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north.
Knowledge to the east, respite to the west. Is that where she's buried? To the west? Future is to the south, and our past to the north. Have I got to remember these? Respite to the west. Oh, okay. Well, there is that kind of sort of map on the floor, isn't there, of the library? Respite to the west, past to the north. Respite to the west. I would have thought it
Our
was...
past to the north, Could there be something else beneath the manor?
Ooh, okay. I'm writing that down, past to the north as well. Oh, okay, now we can use the crowbar on here.
Hi, Dad. So I know I only just returned to school, but when can I come out to the dig site again? It's just so boring here. We're doing all the stuff I already read last summer. I always end up staring out the window and thinking about our expeditions, and then I'm yelled at for daydreaming. I promise I'll be good and not disturb you and just work wherever you tell me. I just miss it, Dad. And I miss you.
So young Lara wanting to go to the dig site. And then she's being yelled at by the teacher for daydreaming because she's staring out the window, not paying attention to her lessons. Good old Lara. Oh, I just miss it, Dad, and I miss you. Oh, nice. Okay, so which way? Which way do we go? I'm trying to remember where these lockers were as well. There were one or two that needed a crowbar. I genuinely don't know which way to go. Oh, this is back into the library. Was there anything in here needing the crowbar? I don't think there was. We used the key upstairs for the box. No, this is. Oh, this isn't really very helpful. I was going to say there is another one like this on the ground floor. Is there anything? I don't think there was anything in that immediate area. Should I have gone back down? Can I open it here? Nope. Oh.
Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north.
Oh. Okay, so the past is pointing straight ahead. Oh, I see an angel. Nice angel.
Incredible. This crypt was here all along.
I expected a sort of crushing finality to grip me when we returned to the manor to lay Amelia to rest. Indeed, once the last of my funereal duties were performed, I fully believed that I would crumple to the ground next to her and expire, not from grief, but succumbing to the terrible exhaustion of the last few weeks. Instead, as the mausoleum stones slid into place, I felt a sort of peace and energy. One that I confess caught me entirely off guard. This was not the terminus of our story, and I was a fool to think so. Her body may be gone, But her spirit still resides here, in the manor, in me, in Lara. Her soul is forever twined with mine, and death is just a momentary interruption. I walked out of that cold quiet into a sunlight that burned my eyes, and I have never been more sure. Death is not the end, and there is work yet to do.
Wow, so it sounds like returning Emilia's body to the manor kind of gave him a new lease of life. But wow, what a crypt this is.
My God, can it be? Dad, you did bring her home.
Why? My question is why did he not tell Lara all these things?
My dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love. It's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me, with all my love, your mother.
What's this? A letter.
Wow, okay, so trophies popped there called Legacy. Additional relics have become available in the manor. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm glad that she had a letter from her mother. That was nice that she finally got to read that.
Lara, I have received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family, I cannot deny that any legal claims I may have had on the estate are now null and void. Croft Manor and the remainder of your father's assets are now yours in perpetuity to do with as you wish. If there comes a time when you require assistance in managing the estate, I hope you will consider contacting me to retain my services. Sincerely, your uncle.
Yes, and so they should be. Yeah, so the uncle is not making the claim. Oh, and he's saying to go and ask him for help should she need it.
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me. But since I've been here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again.
Wow. Oh, okay. So why all of a sudden are there's some artifacts, so things that are now available? Kind of like been through most of the areas in here. Well, far as I can tell, all of the areas we visited through here. What else is there? Yeah, I don't know what else there would be in here. Or where they would be. Unless it's like you have to listen... Oh, hang on a minute. Why... Well, this table wasn't here earlier. All of a sudden there's a research folder and a cup of coffee or tea. There might be one or two other areas where I wasn't able to open it because I didn't have the crowbar. Could try crawling back down here, I suppose. Back through the room there. Oh no, I have to squeeze through here. Unless this follows on to the next one, to the nightmare. What's this? Ah, what about here? There we are. I knew there was something else to open. Oh, and all of that, and there's nothing inside. There's one in here.
Lord Croft is resolved to seal the west wing of the manor. I try to talk sense into him, but he will not be swayed. And to make matters worse, I believe his experiences in Tibet have only further fueled the fire of his obsession. He's now up at all hours in his study, researching God knows what. And poor Lara, she is so confused. Too young to understand the tragedy that has befallen this great house. My dearest hope is that Lord Croft will emerge from his grief and embrace fatherhood and the love of his daughter. But I fear he may give in to his obsessive nature. That which Lady Amelia tempered in him so well. In any case, I will be a rock for young Lara. She will never sense tragedy and sorrow in me, only the love and support she deserves.
Oh, Winston sounds like a good guy. He's basically like Alfred is to Bruce Wayne. Okay, well I knew there was one or two other lockers in there that we hadn't opened purely because we didn't have the crowbar. Couldn't do it. Okay, it's back to the library. did try the front door, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick look at the trophy list here. So the screen will go blue. Which one is this? Croft Manor. So what are we missing here? Collect all of the documents in Croft Manor. I do not have that one. This is 2 for Lara's Nightmare. Collect all of the relics in Croft Manor. So I don't have that one yet. Okay, so the other ones are basically related to Lara's Nightmare. But we have finished the story there for Blood Ties. Yeah, and the other ones are... I've got the trophies for collecting at least 50% of the documents and relics. So I don't know if they carry over onto Lara's Nightmare. It's possibly they do. Get back onto the game. Apologies for the interruption in the video there. I'll have a very quick look upstairs. It said respite, it was on about the respite. I don't know if that meant just the bedrooms to that side of the wing. Maybe we can't get through here. It's possible that the other collectibles can't be obtained until Lara's Nightmare. I don't know if you know that, Annie, or anyone else who's played the game. Do you know if the rest of the collectibles are from Lara's Nightmare? Pretty much exhausted the areas here. We've explored quite a lot around here. So here's the paintings. There's Lord Croft's favourite painting. The piano that we cannot play. The fire that we cannot light. What was the consequence of... that was it. What was the consequence of lighting the other fire? The other fireplace? And I know we needed it to read the documents, but... it allowed us to light 2 fires. Well, I don't think there's anything else left here. We'll have a quick... oh! I'm wrong.
The broken sword I brought back from Yamato.
There are some more things to collect.
The Atlas. Such an amazing piece of craftsmanship. Sophia insisted I take it home with me.
Oh, her pistols.
I can still remember the last time I fired these.
Roth's pistols. Nothing else in the safe. Makes me intrigued about these walls here, these temporary walls, thinking, what are they hiding around there? Okay, we've all been all around there. We have some, is that snow? Some nice weather coming in here. It's not going to be very warm here. And we can't go out the front door. I think we've explored that as much as we can. There were some relics found that appeared once we completed the game. So as far as I can tell, I've picked up as many as I can, as many as I've found. I've kind of explored this manor quite a lot. So Reefer says, respite, a short period of rest or relief from something difficult or unpleasant. The refugee encampments will provide some respite from the suffering. American Anarchist says, oi mate. Hello, welcome to the stream. Annie says, one thing you should know is that you're going to have to run a lot and fight for your life in Lara's Nightmare. Played it about 2 years ago, so I don't remember about the collectibles. All I remember was that it was a terrifying experience. I will really look forward to that then, Annie. You know we like our horror, so yeah, if there's a horror aspect to it, I shall very much look forward to playing it. Yeah, would be interesting to know if there are any more documents and relics to collect under this particular one anyway. I might have a look, but I'm going to leave it here. I'll call it an end to the stream. This has been Croft Manor, the DLC for Rise of the Tomb Raider. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've learnt more about Lara and her heritage and her parents. As we played through the game, Lara has learnt about her own mother. So we found out that she's actually buried here in a crypt to the north, through the gap in the wall. We had to do some puzzles to kind of get there and yeah, get the will from the safe and everything. So this has been really enjoyable actually, and kind of makes change for not, you know, we haven't had any weapons here, we haven't had anything to shoot, but as Annie refers to, there is the Lara's Nightmare DLC to do, so I will do that one next time. We'll carry on Lara with Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then following that we will be moving on to a different game. I've already said it will be Outlast at this rate, so yeah, have that to look forward to as well. Oh no, we have horror and then horror with Lara's Nightmare and then going on to Outlast. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. It was good to see you, good to talk to you all, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Take care and bye for now.